Well, I teach in the classroom and online. I kind of rotate each quarter. I teach some online and in the classroom, all the way from intro to criminal justice through forensic science, which is an upper level course. I applied for the Omaha Police Department in 1982, and while on the Omaha Police Department, after I had served my time in uniform patrol, I applied to get promoted to the rank of sergeant, and I found out that I had a bachelor's degree and a master's degree at that time, but it was not in criminal justice. And so to get the maximum points for the sergeant's exam, I needed a degree in criminal justice. So I looked around for a good college that had criminal justice, and Metro was the best that I saw. And so I enrolled in Metro and then completed the criminal justice program in 1984, graduated in 1984. When I graduated from Metro, then I got promoted to sergeant on the Omaha Police Department, and I then became an adjunct instructor at Metro teaching criminal justice. And then I was transferred from uniform patrol to the Omaha Police Training Academy, where I taught new police recruits. And the fact that I had the criminal justice degree and the law enforcement background was a great help. We had one great instructor, Meyer, who at that time was running the criminal justice program here at Metro. Had a lot of experience in education. He's now a full-time professor at Arizona State University. He was kind of my mentor that really got me into the idea of teaching, along with the law enforcement background. Then I switched over to the Army Reserve and became a military police officer. And my background with the criminal justice degree really helped in that. And then was deployed for Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and spent 9 months there. And so the criminal justice degree and the background, when I got back, I started right back teaching at Metro. Well, one of the things that PJ tried to instill in his teaching was that you have to understand what's real and what isn't real. In law enforcement, with all the movies and the TV shows, a lot of people get the concept that law enforcement is always exciting. Every day is a new challenge, those types of things. With PJ, one of the things that he stressed was that it's a great job, but again, it has its ups and downs, and then you have to look at what's reality and then what's fiction when we talk about criminal justice in the sense of TV and movies. And so the idea was just for the students to understand it's just like any other job. It's a professional organization, and that give it 100%. Well, I had one great adjunct instructor. He was the chief of police in Bellevue, Chief Hines Smith. Took several courses with him as an instructor, and with him being a police chief, had a lot of knowledge, a lot of background in law enforcement, so all the classes that he taught was definitely a reality learning experience. A lot of good examples of uniform patrol work, a lot of great examples of investigative work. And so I think that gave me a good round picture of what law enforcement was really like before I entered the job. Well, thinking back to my college days in the sense of criminal justice and getting my degree, and then working on the police department, the mindset was always, my thought was always at some point to teach. After I gained all the experience I thought I would need to be an excellent teacher. And once I got that education, the concept was to come back here at Metro and teach at this level. At the associate's level, you get a lot of students that are just coming out of high school. They're kind of unsure exactly what they want to do, and they have a thought in the sense of doing something in criminal justice. So based on my background on the police department, being a military police officer, graduating from the National FBI Academy, serving as an MP officer, doing Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I could come back and teach them in a factual basis of what's really real and then what's fiction. What a police career is all about. It's not all about the concept that you see on TV, go, go, go. It's a lot of tedious work, a lot of report writing, a lot of investigation. Sometimes it's glamorous and sometimes it's not. So being able to tell the students the actual true story of law enforcement, criminal justice, I think was a great experience, and I was able to impart that with the students. I think the high moment is while you're teaching after class. You've done your 2 hours in class, and then after class the students want to continue on. Also, when the students come to your office and ask questions and want to talk about their experiences and what they want to do in the sense of a career, and then being able to help them or guide them in the best way to become a police officer. And not so much just police, but if they want to become an attorney and be a prosecutor, or if they want to go federal law enforcement, or if they want to go in the military and be military police. I've done that so I can give them a great background and give them the ins and outs of making the career either in the military, federal law enforcement, or civilian law enforcement. Then to cap it off is, of course, graduation. To see the students graduate, and then when they do go on and join the Omaha Police Department, Nebraska State Patrol, Sheriff's Agency, and come back, and then I see them and we talk about when they were here and then what they're doing in their job after they got hired, got out of the academy. That's the real high. One thing I think I really want to let the students know before they leave is that the badge is heavy for a lot of people, but I always want to explain to them that always be yourself. The badge doesn't make you a super hero, to use that term. The badge is a privilege to serve, and just try to keep them humble in the sense that the job, you're not bigger than the job in the sense of being a police officer. You're there to serve and to protect, and the community and the citizens, that's what they should expect out of you, and you should expect to give them 100%. You know, when we talk about criminal justice, a lot of students come in with the idea that it's glamorous. There's always action, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the thing that we have to get across, it's a public service job. You're there to serve the public. It's not glamorous all the time. Sometimes you're going to see people at their worst. And so there's highs and lows. But as a police officer or working in the criminal justice system, you have to keep an even temper at all times, and remember that you're not above the law. You're a law enforcement officer. You're a criminal justice professional. And so the idea is to serve the public. I think the thing that I would want students to remember is that I told them the truth. And I gave them factual advice based on what I had learned throughout my 25 years of civilian law enforcement and 30 years of military law enforcement. I think that's the key, is just that they know the factual part of it. Leave the movies, the TVs, the CSI shows, all of that. They're great, but again, that gives you a perspective of not reality in some cases. And so the idea that I give them a dose of reality in what criminal justice, what law enforcement, what corrections, what probation, parole is actually like. dealing with the students, I would tell them always think about one thing, and the thing that I would say is the motto that you normally see on most police cars around the country, and then sometimes you even see it on police officers' badges. And I think it goes well for the entire criminal justice system, and that is to protect and to serve. And sometimes I would tell students, sometimes you even have to kind of switch that and remember service is first and protecting is second in some cases. My name is Bobby Polk. I'm the Online Criminal Justice Program Director. I teach in the classroom and online of all of the criminal justice courses that we offer.